Good morning and assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. I, Zahra Niazi, on behalf of President CAS Air Marshal Javed Ahmed and the entire CAS team, welcome you all to the launch of the book titled Governance of Technologies in Industry 4.0 and Society 5.0, authored by Mr. Azhar Zia Rahman. Before we begin the proceedings of the day, please ensure that your cell phones are either switched off or in silent mode. Also, refreshments are available in the hall right at the corner. Please feel free to help yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I now request your attention to the recitation from the Holy Quran.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم صدق الله العظيم.
Before proceeding to the topic of discussion, I will give a brief overview regarding the scope of research work and activities undertaken at CAS. CAS has been pioneering aerospace and security insights since 2018 through rigorous evidence-based research. It has been influencing Pakistan's thought leaders and collaborating with academics and practitioners worldwide. CAS's mission is to provide independent insight and analysis on aerospace and international security issues of both an immediate and long-term concern, and to inform the discourse of policymakers, academics, and practitioners through a diverse range of detailed research outputs disseminated through both direct and indirect engagement on a regular basis. CAS's core values include independence, analytical rigor, and foresight. CAS's vision is to serve as a thought leader in the aerospace and security domains globally, providing thinkers and policymakers with independent, comprehensive, and multifaceted insight on aerospace and security issues. CAS's broad areas of research include aerospace, emerging technologies, security, and strategic foresight. CAS advocates for multidisciplinary research in areas of its core interest. As part of the advisory board of the Government of Pakistan's National Security Division, CAS has made significant contributions by offering policy guidelines on matters of national interest, particularly in the realms of security, both military and non-military. CAS has also developed networking channels and collaborations with several distinguished national and international institutions and academics for the exchange of expertise. The collaboration is also visible in numerous external publications on the distinguished platforms. CAS produces working papers, issue papers, opinion articles, commentaries, book reviews on relevant and time-sensitive issues. CAS also extends its research impact through its regular series of seminars, webinars, roundtables, guest lectures, and notable domestic and international appearances by our researchers and directors, as shown in the slide. CAS serves as a critical platform for policy debates, engaging national and international thought leaders and decision makers to influence policy outcomes and raise awareness on key issues. The Journal of Aerospace and Security Studies is Pakistan's first annual international multidisciplinary peer-reviewed publication that focuses on aerospace and security. The journal recognizes the growing interlinkages between emerging technologies with security and defense issues within the larger context of globalization. 2 volumes of Jazz have already been launched, and we are looking forward to the launch of Volume 3. The Global Strategic Threat and Response is our biennial flagship event. The first G-Star conference was held in the year 2020, followed by the next one in October 2022. The event attracts hundreds of participants, including prominent international delegates. The opening and closing sessions are addressed by distinguished speakers, including the President of Pakistan, Foreign Minister, and Chief of Pakistan Air Force. The next G-Star has been scheduled for October 2025. GAS's way forward is to integrate AI and big data analytics in research and communication channels, increase the influence and citation reach of GAS research in specialized domains, and augment domestic and international outreach. Our work is also showcased across all social media platforms. Do follow GAS on these various platforms to stay updated. I now request President GAS Air Marshal Javed Ahmed to deliver the welcome remarks. Please, sir.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have Azhar Ziaur Rahman with us today. And I welcome all of you to this forum. A lot of guests I know personally, like Air Marshal Rashid और हमारे बाकी valuable guest जो Amar साहब बैठे हुए हैं here, who has a lot of contribution. So I know you all belong to diverse fields. I met Zia Saab during one of our discussions on technology-related subjects. Once there were pager explosions in Lebanon, and we were having a seminar, and I came to know of the useful work and the contributions which he is making in this very important domain. Today also gives us a chance to interact with all of you experts and to tell you what CAS actually does. Because one of our core areas of research is emerging technologies and its linkages to the aerospace sector as well as national security dimensions. And with this, we build up a foresight where you want to predict and you want to tell the government of Pakistan to forums like the National Security Division of the policies which need to be implemented. So our word and your inputs are consolidated, presented to the government of Pakistan, presented to other stakeholders, so that necessary policy changes can be made. And we make sure that we stick to, out of the 70 think tanks in Islamabad and around 150 in Pakistan, we are the only one dealing specially in the aerospace and emerging tech sector. I think today's topic and the work of Adar Saab is very, very useful. I think governance of technologies, the way technologies are taking over almost most parts of our lives, and the way the world is moving towards data centricity and the digital divide which comes in and the interest of a lot of powers, I think governance of technologies presents a huge challenge. At all levels, whether it be the individual level or the industries which you or your workplaces, to the government level and to the international forums which take up this issue. And I know there have been a lot of debates in the last decade on how to control technologies and what laws should come into control, but to no avail, because the world is clearly divided. A lot of vested interests have come in, there are global players involved, there are data wars which are going on. So you can talk of governance from a lot of perspectives. And I think, because I'll not take the thunder away from Azhar Saab, because he will speak on the contents of the book and tell us, but I would really appreciate the work he's done. We all are very keen to listen to him. But before that, we have a very short presentation by Air Commodore Raza to tell you the core areas and the niche areas in which we work. So it's a pleasure to have you, Azhar Saab.
I now request Air Commodore Raza, Director CAS and today's session's moderator, to deliver a brief on emerging technologies applications in aerospace.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Respected President CAS, Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Ziaul Rahman Saab. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. In line of the CAS foresight and the core areas, the topic of my today's presentation is emerging technologies and applications in aerospace. The sequence is as flashed, emerging technologies, aerospace and applications. And I'll go in the same sequence, starting from the emerging technologies. While there are many lists available in the world regarding the emerging technologies, but the reference list we generally use is the US National Science and Technology Council list issued in February 24, which shows the 18 emerging technologies which are impacting our professional and domestic life. Out of that, we have selected 9 for this slide, as shown here. These are, starting from here, AI, artificial intelligence, robotics, aerospace, 3D manufacturing, cybersecurity, man-machine interface, which is Industry Revolution 5 also, hypersonics, integrated networks, advanced computing. So these are the 9 technologies which are very important and has a lot of applications in different domains. If we talk about the applications, this slide shows the applications of emerging technologies, which are numerous, starting from national security, military, digital economy, international relations, smart industry, which is actually one of the main core topic of this book also. Aerospace, this subject will thrash further in the coming slides, we'll deep down into it. Medicine, lot of changes in the medicine field, academia and nanotechnologies. So these are the only few applications. Because of the paucity of time, I cannot cover all, but we'll try to cover few. Coming to the aerospace section, this slide shows the aerospace domains. Aerospace mainly have 5 domains, starting from the aerospace power, which includes the air power as well as the space power. Aerospace industry, starting from the R&D, manufacturing, development, production, testing, MRO. All this includes in the industry, and Azhar Saab has widely covered this topic in the book also regarding the digitization of aerospace, digitization of industry. Air and space travel, now with the Elon Musk, this is a space travel also. Aerospace economy, when we have an industry, we have a travel, then definitely economy is there, and this is a big domain. And once there's an economy and the power, there's a geopolitical dominance. So technology is actually essential for the geopolitical dominance also. We call it as a techno-realism also as well. Now once we see the applications of aerospace, these are shown in the slide, starting from the drones, which is changing the warfare. In fact, not only the warfare, in the civil application we have so many domains also, drones also. Next generation ISR, which is integrated surveillance, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance. Then swarm drones, another type of drones, robots, man-unmanned teaming, cyber attacks, target softwares, predictive analysis, smart industry, hypersonic, gadget bombs, recently added in the Palestine war. So all these are the aerospace applications. If we see only few of the applications in detail is shown in the slide. One of them is drone. And drone, or commonly known as the unmanned aerial systems, which is composed of unmanned aircraft, which is here, ground station, the data links and the satellites. So you can see that the drones is not only an independent entity. Once it is connected with the ground station and with the satellites, it is used for the next generation ISR. Drone race has already been started. As you can see, all the countries are making the drones. Stealth drones race started between USA and China. These are few of them. Swarm drone is another type of drone in which the multiple thousand of numbers of drones would be there to attack, and they have the shared objective, and they can be autonomous and they can be controlled as well. Then coming to in the civil application, in the airlines, there are so many, like AI big data is one of the emerging technologies which are used currently for the flight scheduling, chatbots, supply chains, ticketing, IoT, Internet of Things for the smart aircraft which are installed with the sensors, baggage handling, advanced materials mainly used for the hypersonics, and then we have the electric aircraft for sustainable green technologies. And if we go in the prescriptive maintenance dimension of the emerging technologies, there is a prescriptive maintenance, which is actually changing the dimension of the maintenance, which used to be of the scheduled maintenance. Then we came to the condition-based maintenance, then we predictive maintenance concept, and now it is the prescriptive maintenance, where AI will tell you what is the problem inside the component and which part has to be changed much before its failure. Then comes the space economy. As you can see, the market size, which is going to be 1.7 trillion by 2025, and the backbone versus reaches, which is the direct and indirect supports to the space economy. And the key sectors involved in this economy are the explorations, travel, logistics, defense, retail, media, communication, disaster. And the drivers are because we have the now low launch cost, the miniaturization of the technologies, private is coming, and the rising public support. In the space travel, which has a recent history, especially by the SpaceX, we have seen the commercial space missions. Now Elon Musk has opened the space for the commercialization. There's a tourism. You must have seen this spacewalk 2 months back, in which the first private astronaut or the private person, a businessman, was in the space for a walk. Mars colonization, Starlink internet, which is now going to be available for all, and the reusable rockets, where the rockets would be reused after every launch. So all this is changing the space travel economy and the sector. Coming to the smart industry, the industry is going to be changed very soon with all these emerging technologies, because generative AI digital transformation of industry is going on. We can take an example of China here, made in China 2025, which is for the transformation of key 8 industries through AI. And let me show you that digitization is must to sustain in the international market. And this is one of the key punch area of Mr. Azhar's book also, that we have to be digitized, we have to be synergized to be in the market. AI in the cyber security is everywhere. It's a double-edged sword. The attacker is also getting intelligent day by day, and the defender is also getting intelligent day by day through different threat detections, cyber emergency response team, and malware generations. And then finally, in the last slide, I have few recommendations for Pakistan. Embrace emerging technologies for national development, or would be out of the global race very soon or in the market. Understanding of the big tech game by the policymakers, thinkers, academicians, and entrepreneurs. This is Digital Awareness Program, which is one of the core area of CAS also. Digitization policy for all fields like industry, agriculture, defense, climate, health, diplomacy, and education. Digital transformation of existing industry, and then synergy among them. One of the key points of the book. Encouragement of the digital startups, and ecosystem leading to the big tech firms, because the big tech firms are now playing a key political role in the political scenario. And in last is the STEM education. This is science, technology, engineering, math educations from the primary level in Pakistan. With this, I thank you all. Thank you very much. Now I invite Chief Guest of the Day, Ziaul Rahman Saab. Please come here and share your thoughts about the book.
Thank you very much. Air Marshal Javed Saab, Air Marshal Rashid, Amar Jafri Saab, it's been an honor being here and talking about my book. I'm really obliged to CAS for giving me this honor. This book I wrote early this year and was published from London in May. It was vetted by Dr. Arif Alvi when he was president, and I was working with him, and he liked the book and he liked the topic, and he gave his comments on the book. The foreword is written by His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Al-Kuwaiti, who is the Minister for Cybersecurity of the government of UAE. He is probably one of the most strong, the strongest people in the UAE, apart from the Sheikh, apart from the ruling family, because he looks after all the digitalization, all the automation of the government of UAE at every level. So he was kind enough to write the foreword for my book, and this is a, he liked the book, and that's why he wrote the foreword. This book has got about 22 chapters. I've covered every aspect of governance, from AI governance, from governance of ethics, governance of technology, corporate governance, and so on. I've tried to not leave any aspect of governance which relates to the technology, to governance of technologies. Now, the problem that I faced, why did I write this book? When we talk of technology, people think of electronics, people think of computers, people think of automation. That is not technology. Technology is everything. Everything that you do is technology. So I had to create a definition of technology. There is no official definition of technology, so I had to create a definition. The person who sells bananas on a cart is using a lot of technologies. He's using the same technologies as Carrefour is using to sell bananas. The second thing that I had to define was industry. What is industry? There is no official definition of industry, so I had to define what is industry. Then the fourth industrial revolution, there is no definition, so I had to define that. And Society 5.0, I took the definition of Society 5.0 from the government of Japan, because the concept of Society 5.0 comes from Japan, and this is about 8 or 9 years ago when they formed this definition, and they are the only one of the few governments who are taking up Society 5.0 very seriously, and every policy that they make is directed towards Society 5.0. I had to create this concept of streams of technology. There are 3 streams of technology. The first one is industrial technology. The person who is selling bananas on the cart, he's using the same technology, same industrial technology as Carrefour is using for selling bananas. There's no difference. The second stream of technology is business technology. That is the technology that you use to promote your business. Again, the person on the cart and Carrefour are using the same business technology. The third one is information technology. You need information technology to use, to implement industrial technology and business technology. Again, the person on the cart and Carrefour are using the same information technology. The difference is in the sophistication. The difference is in the automation that they do. And that's why Carrefour is much more profitable than the person on the cart. So I had to invent this concept of streams of technology. The next 3 very important concepts about speed. One of the speed of technology. It's the measure of the frequency with which the technologies related to an enterprise transform. Let's take the example of Pakistan Air Force. They're using more than 1,000 technologies. And those technologies are changing very, very fast. If they don't keep up with the speed of technology, they will be left behind. Take any domain. In every domain, there's a speed of technology, and you've got to keep up with the stream of technology. Then there's a speed of business. The speed of business is the speed with which the business changes. If you don't keep up with the speed of business, look at what is happening to Volkswagen. Volkswagen was the top automobile manufacturer 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Now they're gone. They'll not be there at all in 2 or 3 years. They're bankrupt. Look at GM. GM was largest car manufacturer. They're gone now. Look at Tesla. Tesla was on the top 2 months ago. Now they are number 2. A Chinese company which was not there a few years ago is now number 1. So speed of business is very important. Next is the speed of governance. To be able to handle the speed of technology and the speed of business, you must have a speed of governance. The way you govern your business has to change with the speed of technology and the speed of business. So these 3 concepts I had to invent and I had to explain in my book. Now, what is technology governance? Technology governance is the system by which the current and future use of technology is directed, overseen, and held accountable over the long term. Now, this is the definition that I've borrowed from ISO 37000, in which ISO defines what is governance. So I've taken that definition and I've enhanced it for technology governance. So it covers the current as well as the future use of technology. Both have to be directed, overseen and held accountable. The three things very important. Directed, everybody does. Oversee, few people do. Held accountable, nobody does. And that is why governance is weak. Now, how do you do technology governance? There are these 11 processes for technology governance, which I invented, which I've defined, and which I've explained how do you implement these. The next concept I have to invent was information governance. Information governance is the set of processes that you use to convert data into information, and then information into knowledge, and then knowledge into wisdom, and then wisdom into collective wisdom. Unless you've got collective wisdom, you cannot succeed. So collective wisdom is very important for success in technology governance. Everybody talks of AI. What is AI? AI depends on data, but nobody cares about data governance. Last year, year before last, I had a project in which I needed somebody who could create for me the data architecture for agriculture. No university in Pakistan teaches data architecture. No university in the UAE teaches data architecture. Everybody talks of artificial intelligence. Everybody talks of big data. Everybody talks of data analysis. But data architecture, which lies at the bottom, at the base of the use of AI, nobody is doing that. So data governance is a big field, which is all these areas which I've shown here. Nobody is teaching data governance. Nobody cares about data governance. In the West and in the Gulf, now they are starting to work on data governance. Very, very critical area. Next is governance of ethics. I have to define this. What is governance of ethics? With AI, the biggest problem with AI is ethics. So the ethics has to be governed. How do you govern that? I've explained. I've got a full chapter on governance of ethics. My next book, which is coming out inshallah probably in January or February, is on the assessment of AI ethics. It's already a 700-page book. I think it'll go to about 900 pages. And I've given the detailed methodology for assessing the ethics of AI in an organization. Now, how do you implement technology governance? There are 5 elements. This is also my invention, and I call it Pentium. The first thing that you must have to succeed in the 4th Industrial Revolution and Society 5.0 is governance. You must have good governance. Next, you must have good quality. Third is agility. You must be able to change yourself very fast with the speed of business and the speed of technology. The fourth one is vertical integration. Vertical integration is the integration of processes within the organization. And the last one is horizontal integration. That is the integration of your processes with your suppliers and with your customers. So these are the 5 basic elements of governance, which I call Pentium. The next concept is transformation. Everybody talks of transformation. Big consulting firms are making a lot of money using the word digital transformation. Digital transformation is a very, very small part of transformation. The transformation cycle starts from digitization. I've explained digitization in good detail in my book. Digitization is very simple. It doesn't help. But it forms the basis of something called digitalization. That's the next step. Once you've done digitalization, then you are capable of doing digital transformation. Once you've done digital transformation, then you realize that there is a lot more that you can do. What is that? Nobody's given it a name, so I've given it the name digiformation. I4 is for Industrial Revolution 4. So digiformation is my concept. It is a methodology for transformation in the 4th Industrial Revolution. So what is digiformation? We'll see in the next few slides. So digiformation takes you beyond transformation, because transformation in most organizations is not necessary. Transformation is usually within the organization, but you've got to go beyond transformation so that you can cover your supply side and your supplied side. So that's what is called digiformation. Now, Now, digiformation is a methodology for transformation. What do you have to transform? And for that, I had to invent a framework. I called it framework, from the fourth industrial revolution. So this is the systems and processes framework for the fourth industrial revolution, Society 5.0. We'll talk about it in the next slide. So this is a complete framework which covers all the systems and all the processes regardless of the industry that you're talking about. And I'll show you some industries. Now this is the framework at level 0. It's got 7 boxes or 6 boxes. In each box, this is at level 0, so you can drill down and go down to the very details for that industry. And I'll show you some industries. For example, this is what I use the framework for transforming education in Oman. I was doing a project with the government of Oman, Ministry of Education in Oman, and this is the framework that we used for transforming the education in Oman. This is for the schools level. You can see a lot of standards there, which have been mentioned, and you can see this is level 2. Then you can drill down to level 3 and level 4, so that you can go down to the process level and to the activities level. I hope you can do this in Pakistan as well. Mr. Ghulam Shabir is sitting here. He's doing a lot of work on education transformation in Pakistan. Then this is what I used for power distribution in DEWA, Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. It's the same framework, but it's been transformed for use in power distribution. Then this is the same framework for health. I called it AFIA, and this was implemented in Abu Dhabi during the pandemic for the hospitals and for the injections and all that. The same framework was adopted for oil and gas. This was implemented in ADNOC over the last 8 or 9 years. So it's the same framework adopted for the oil industry. This is the same framework adopted for education, and this was used in Abu Dhabi for higher education. I wish we can use it for HEC in Pakistan as well. This is the same framework for construction, and this is what I'm using in Abu Dhabi municipality these days. We've got a big project in Abu Dhabi municipality for transforming the Abu Dhabi municipality, and this is the framework I'm using to transform Abu Dhabi municipality these days. So these were some of the industries that, this is very relevant. Nobody here from the judiciary. This is what we have to transform the judiciary of Pakistan. This was discussed with Justice Mansoor also. This is the 0 level, and this can be drilled down to level 1 and level 2, and we can use this for transforming the judiciary in Pakistan. We call it Adalnama. So these were some of the industries that can be transformed using this. Now this is the core of the book. This is what I call the transformation continuum. This is also my invention, and it has got 16 steps. If you take these 16 steps, any industry can be transformed. It can be a construction industry, it can be a manufacturing industry, it can be an assembly plant, it can be oil and gas, it can be a school. The steps remain the same. So you can, my book has got about, I think, 120 pages on this framework, that how do you, I've gone down to the detail of mentioning what documents have to be created in each of these 16 steps. Now the question is, how to do it in Pakistan. That's the big challenge. How to bring Industry 4.0 and Society 5.0 to Pakistan. That is the challenge that we face. So I'll commend Kamra. They are the only organization in Pakistan who realize transformation, and it is there in their logo. Jahan Taza se Afkar Taza se hai Namood. So they are the only organization in Pakistan who realize that this is important. But they are stuck because of this. जो डरने वाली बात है, they're scared of transforming. There's a lot of things, a lot of transformation that can be done. So how do we materialize this? How do we go across this? That is the challenge. तर्ज़ कोहन से आईने नौ पे कैसे जाएंगे? You've got digiformation. Digiformation is the methodology that takes you from Tarz-e Kohan to Ain-e No. So how do you do it? What's the challenge? The challenge is scared. Who is scared? We have to find out who is scared. Why is he scared? Let's take the example of the government. In the government, they cannot do transformation because there are certain gods in the bureaucracy who do not want to transform. So you have to catch those gods and transform them first. They have genuine reasons for being scared. So you have to find out the reasons and treat those reasons. You have to tell them what's in it for them. There must be something good for them, only then they will cooperate. What if I don't cooperate? What if somebody doesn't cooperate? And I've seen this happen in the UAE and Saudi Arabia and Bahrain and Qatar. They've got a different formula. Whoever does not cooperate, let him go. Can we do that in Pakistan? You've got laws which prevent you from doing so, but you have to tell them that if you don't cooperate, you'll go through what Volkswagen is going through, what Kodak went through, what ECFA went through. So that's what will happen if you don't cooperate. You have to ultimately use the right combination of the carrot and the stick. Now, what is the right combination? That's the challenge for us. So this is all that I had to say.
I'd now like to request President Kass to officially launch the book. President Kass to receive a copy of the book from the author.
You've got 6 copies for your reference.
And the library. And he donated 10 for the library. Mashallah.
I'd now like to invite President Kass to deliver the concluding remarks and vote of thanks. Please, sir.
Let me first of all thank all of you for being here and joining us on this very short talk on a very crucial subject which Azhar Saab has taken up. I think Azhar Saab, it's a praiseworthy effort. I think it's a very useful book, and I think all of us today had something to learn. And I think this will help CAPS in going into domains which I think belong to our niche areas, and I think they deserve a lot of attention. So I want to thank the entire audience. Azhar Saab, I want to thank you. Congratulations once again. I know you will be working on your next book, so you know where to launch the book whenever you finish it. So we'll be there to help you. For all of you, please remember that CAS stands to serve Pakistan. It stands to serve all of you. So this entire infrastructure, this auditorium and all these areas are for you to use. If you want to launch talk of technology, if you want to have ideas, if you have ideas and you want to propagate those ideas and you want to have discussions, you want to get us involved in research and you want to do joint research. So our infrastructure, all what we have over here is for serving Pakistan. So I'll invite all of you, Amar Saab ko to pehle maine wada kar liya that he'll be here, और Azhar Saab also, and all the other experts जो हमारे साथ हैं माशाल्लाह from various departments and the diverse field of expertise which we have over here. Thank you very much once again, and a wonderful job done, Azhar Saab. May I present you a crest of CAS?
I now request President Kass, Mr. Rahman and Sessions Moderator to step forward for a group photograph. requested to join in for a group photograph.
आ जाओ सारे चाहिए वो भी होता है
My son was there, tell me I am wrong. Yes, don't forget.
या प्लीज थोड़ा राइट हो जाए इस तरफ इस साइड और थोड़ा स्पेस पे थोड़ा बेटा स्पेस पहले सेकंड रो को फिल करें प्लीज मैम आप भी आगे आ जाएं सेकंड रो में सेकंड 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 कहाँ है
आप भी कैसे आए? आप काफी ज्यादा रखी देखो 2 मिनट लगाते तो फुल हो जाती।
रेडी सर थैंक यू सर
Thank you.
दोस्तों के लिए पिक्चर्स लेना चाहें